Today we're going to be going over the top 5 guns in Warzone 2 right now, starting off here with the RPK. Now, here's the truth about guns in Warzone 2 at the moment. By the way, just going to leave the attachments and tuning on screen here for you, but here's the truth about guns right now. When it comes to your primary, there's a lot of different options that people are talking about. TAC 56, Cast Off 762, the RAL, the Socken, the TAC V, some snipers. The truth is, the RPK is hands down the best option. This is what all of the pro players are using in tournaments right now. Reason being is, it's got a really good TTK, it's really good at range, but most importantly, it's very easy to control recoil-wise, especially at longer distances, which is super helpful on the big map. So when it comes to your primary, the RPK is what you want to be using. Now, when it comes to your secondary, this is where we have a few different options. I've got 4 secondaries for you, starting off here with the Vaznev. Vaznev is hands down one of my favorite SMGs for a few different reasons. First, it's just very easy to use. You know, it's got a good TTK, but most importantly, it's very easy to use recoil-wise, which allows you to mix in those headshots and chest shots, giving you the fastest TTK possible. The second reason is its mobility. Look, mobility is not important as Warzone 1, but at the end of the day, the sprint to fire time matters, the ADS time matters, and when you're rotating out in the open, you don't exactly want to be slow, which is why I like the Vaznev so much. Specifically, the sprint to fire and the ADS speed feels really good. So one of my favorite SMGs to run. Quick little bonus tip when it comes to setting up your loadouts, by the way. Notice right here that I have my primary one with just my RPK in case I'm gonna buy it from the buy station. Then I have my overkill class in case I do a stronghold or hit a loadout or buy a loadout, where I have my RPK and my Vaznev. Then right here I have just my Vaznev in case I just want to buy my Vaznev from the buy station. So you can kind of see, and as we get into these, you'll see that pattern of going overkill with the RPK in the secondary, then just the secondary, which let's go ahead and get into the cast off. Now the cast off is definitely a little bit unique because it's an AR that functions as an SMG. Do not worry about AR ammo. I've never had an issue with it. You just got to make sure that you stow some AR ammo in your backpack for yourself. But what I like about the cast off, it's got good mobility, it's got a good TTK. It doesn't have the mobility of an SMG, but overall it just feels really good, especially you get a little bit more range. It's also a really great sniper support, but like I said, guys, you should be using the RPK as your primary. I really do like the cast off a lot. Definitely one of my favorites alongside of the Vaznev. Next up here, notice once again, we go overkill secondary, we go to overkill right here, which is going to be the Fennec. Now, the Fennec is absolutely insane. The Fennec's TTK is ridiculous. It doesn't have the best range, it does have good mobility, and it is pretty easy to use. Now, the downside of the Fennec, once again, as we always saw in Warzone 1, is going to be this 45-round mag. It's got a super fast fire rate, meaning you absolutely burn through ammo. It's really good for solos and duos. I actually don't mind it in trios and quads because of the pace of the game. Because it is a little bit slower, you can strategically reload when you need to, but you do have to be aware that you're absolutely going to have to reload. You know, you burn through this ammo so quick, and you may only be able to get one down in thirst, let alone, you know, trying to fight a full team. So the Fennec right here, definitely a great option, definitely one you should consider. Now, finally, as we finish this up right here, and then I do want to talk about lethal tactical and perk package real quick, but we're gonna finish with the Lockman sub. Guys, Lockman sub is definitely a great option right here. It's just a good all-around gun. This is the MP5, and it is very similar to the MP5 of Warzone 1. Just a really good all-around option. Doesn't have the best of anything, but it's got a good TTK, it's good range, pretty easy to use, good mobility, you know, checks all of those boxes that we're looking for with a submachine gun. So definitely consider trying this out, see which one works best for you. You know, when we talk about our 4 different options, when we talk about primary, use the RPK. When it comes to your secondary, you know, you can basically figure out which one of these you like best. You got the Vaznev, you got the cast off, you of course have the Fennec, and then you have the Lockman sub. I did put the bonus primary on here, guys. The TAC 56 is an interesting option. If you want to use this, you can try it, but where the TAC 56 struggles is going to be at range. You do not have the range like you do on the RPK. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with lethals and tacticals here. Let's start out with tacticals. Kind of three tacticals that I would recommend running, and the third one's actually a little bit interesting. First up is going to be smokes, guys. Smokes are actually really good in this game because of how out in the open you can get caught. If you get caught out in the open, you can easily throw a smoke down, rotate to where you need to get to, and give yourself a little bit of cover. Nobody's really running thermal scopes, so they're actually really good in this game. The other thing is, if you go down and you get caught somewhere and you can self-revive, you can throw a smoke down, then get to cover, plate up, and then re-engage. Option number 2 is going to be flash grenades, guys. Flash grenades are really good. They don't last super long, but it of course gives you that ability to kind of you know, take out the ability for an enemy to fight you at the moment. I was struggling with words right there, but it basically incapacitates them for a few seconds. So flash grenades are definitely going to be a good option. The other one that I do like, and I don't know if I would ever actually go with these, but snapshots. So many people are sitting in buildings. Snapshots actually kind of give you a little bit of an advantage. I do run them when I run that default perk package, because when we talk about perk packages, guys, right now this ultimate perk right here, which is quick fix, it's hidden behind my camera, does not actually work for you. These three work. You'll get these three when you choose your loadout, but the ultimate perk has not been confirmed to work at the moment. So in one of the default perk packages is going to be snapshots. I actually kind of like using those. Now, lethal, you can kind of run two different options here, Semtex or your throwing knives back here. I have seen people running throwing knives again. We kind of stopped using those after Warzone 1, but they're still really good. They give you that immediate thirst. But I do like Semtex as the option. It'll throw that into a building, do a little bit of damage, then push in. Now, we talk about perk package. Of course, for our overkill classes here, we're going to be running weapon specialist. That gives us the ability to go overkill. Strong arm is that thing where you actually see the trajectory of where your lethal and tactical are going to go. And we've got spotter, which doesn't really help, but we're strictly going for overkill right here. Then when it comes to our other perk package, you kind of have two different options. I really like this warden one. Gives you double time strong arm and fast hands, allowing you to reload quicker, swap weapons quicker. You know, in a game where the outplay potential is very limited, we want to be able to swap guns as quick as possible. But you can also run this one right here, which gives you double time bomb squad, which is reduced damage from non-kill streak explosives. So that's like frag grenades, Semtex, as well as resupply. So you resupply your lethal and tactical. Overall, I really like warden right here. Double time's really good, guys, because it increases your tactical sprint time, doubles the duration. So now you don't have to reset that as often, especially when you're caught out in the open. You can run as fast as possible for a pretty long time. So that's kind of the loadouts that I have set up, guys. Like I said, use the RPK and then figure out which secondary works best for you. As I always say, I hope you found today's video helpful. Let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.